it did take me a while, but in my defense, I was working on 2 research branches at the same time. So let's get this first one done here. The snow dispenser. I mean, I'd rather not dispense snow, but for the sake of completion, here we go. I do not understand the fascinations humans have with solid dihydrogen monoxide. To the extent that they feel a need for a Fixmas snow cannon and dispenser, it's simply a taste in a state of matter. Real beauty lies in the efficiency and synergetic processes and interplay of artificial and spontaneous consciousness, general sentience, and non-sentient matter, creating a new version of reality in every observable moment in the subjective progression of events. Is that what all this is about? Am I fiddling with reality itself somehow in the last phase? Well, I can explain snow easily enough, but not until I do this upgrade here. The tree is prettier now. You have more parts to progress the Fixmas event, and there are 2 new unlocks available. Now for the actually important news. Pioneer Becky has disabled the Fixmas event because, quote, it's totally non-inclusive and immoral, actually. I mean, like, there are so many people not having fun right now, and I feel like so bad for them, you know? Why should I have fun when other people are, like, counting on me to meet these super important deadlines? It's just not right, unquote. At last. Totally agree. Now back to work. Gee, I'm not exactly sure how I'm supposed to take that. Let me see what these do. So I have wreaths, ornament bundles, and 500 bows, and stuff that I can just stamp out, which is also available in mass, which I'm also going to need in mass quantities. Well, the real complicated parts, as far as I can tell, are the ornament bundles. But wait a second. There is a new part unlocked. The Fixmas the wreath. I'm wondering if those ornament bundles, you put them together in assemblers. They're made out of iron and copper ornaments. Is it at all possible that the manufacturer is used for... No, I guess not. I suppose that's a bit of a relief, actually. But let me check something here. Yeah, the ornament bundle is... Okay, so the wreath requires 6 ornament bundles. Alright, this is going to take some math here. Now, before I do any, I'm going to make the ornament bundles first. How many of those did I need again? $200 ornament bundles. That means 200 iron ornaments and 200 copper ornaments. And you can see what I did here. In addition to attaching a smelter for, well, each ornament I'm going to need, I also put some boxes down with the ingots that go with them. Like for copper, for example. And iron here. Let me just do that. There we go. Yeah, so I've already got 66 iron ornaments, but no copper ornaments. And I'm going to need 400 presents for the copper ornaments, 400. Well, I think maybe 200 would be enough. I'm not really sure. So that's 200 ornament bundles. Well, just ordinary ones. Well, ornament bundles that I'm not going to be using for the wreath anyway. Now let me see. I need 100 wreaths. And 200 ornament bundles? No, yeah, 100 wreaths. That's 600 ornament bundles. And 1,500 tree leaves. Which means I might have to do something which I didn't expect that well, I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this, or go this far, but I may not have much of a choice. You see, I figured I'd make some red and blue ornaments, like plain ones, just in case I need them. Now, there's a thing called a Fixmas gift tree. I'm going to take this back. And it makes gifts at a rate of 15 per 15 a second. I'm going to have to underclock them both. There's power lights, snow dispensers, snow cannons. Fortunately, I'm not that gung-ho about Christmas, but oh, I need tree limbs for that as well. 200 of them. But the point here is to automate production, completely automate production of copper and iron ornaments. Now, what's this set to? Candy cane. No. I need tree branches, which means I need a pile of gifts. And I mean, yeah, they do rain down from the sky, like these did, but you can only take that so far. I mean, the only reason I was able to keep that going was because of how long it took to make the ornament bundles and the copper and iron ornaments. But 1,500 tree branches, that's 700 and something gifts, 750 gifts, which is pretty steep, at least to have at once. And the fact that I'm going to need 600 ornament bundles, when that, I think, is, in terms of copper and iron ornaments, that is as many as I needed, like, before, for both of those research unlocks. Oh, and that last one, that's like 500 stars? I'm not really sure what the implications of that are. I might as well get a jump on this. I think I need 500 snow, too. More gifts. And 500 bows and 500 candy canes. And perhaps a smelter for each of them. I mean, I know I've got around 2,000 of these gifts, because I don't think the ones I've stored are counted. But I'm thinking it a little bit ahead here. I'll take those. Not exactly sure just how much. I'm going to just disassemble all these here. Just to make more room. I mean, there's lots of iron plates in that. Yeah, there's like over 5,000. So I might as well take this plant apart, because I'm not so sure I'll need it. Ooh, gift coming down. You know, I noticed that some of these gifts, they play music as they come down. But it doesn't look as though they trigger a message from Ada. Guessing that was because it was being a little too annoying every now and again to open the gift and have Ada say, "How did that land on the hyper tube?" No, to have Ada make some sarcastic remark about alright. So, as I was saying, snow going here. This one will be candy canes. Need 500 of all of that. You have to break down and put those trees down. Here we go, bows. See, it'll take 1,000 gifts for the 500 bows, 1,500 for the candy canes, and this is not easy to calculate, is it? 500 divided by 2 is 250. 1,250 for the actual snow. Now that's a lot right there. That's what is that anyway? It's like 4,000. In fact, I'm talking, which is more than I have like right now. Although I am constantly picking up more of these gifts, and they're all giving me 20 or maybe 30 or 60. Yeah, it all adds up, but and then there's the 750 that I'm gonna need for the tree limbs or whatever they're called. So you can see why I'd have to automate the production of at least one of these things. Plus the fact that I don't think it's worth the wait anymore. I mean, I can see doing that because I am. The only reason I'm doing this anyway is because I've got all this time to wait for for the nuclear pasta, and that, I mean, that really is a long time. I mean, I've walked kind of a fine line between, ooh, it's getting dark, between rushing production as much as I could and upgrading everything to accommodate for increased production, which would have been a bit of a headache. And besides, I don't know whether I'll have the presence of mind to do this. I was gonna do this if it wasn't for... Where's the gift? I'm gonna have to... Oh, it's... Oh, look at this. It's embedded in the mechanism right here. There we go. Anyway, if there wasn't any Fixmas event, I'd probably be exploring what's left of the map right now, but even that might not take all that long. So I suppose I should consider this event a happy coincidence. The sooner I wrap this up, the better. I'd rather not wait until for another 11 days. I'll probably end up going to at least the 15th. But there isn't that much left on Fixmas. But what is left is, well, much like the end of any research tree, intense. I wonder, when I finish all this research,
Are the Fixmas presents gonna stop falling from the sky? Oh, this is honest to goodness finished. 200 divided by... Yeah. Yeah, I did use one of the 200, one of the piles of 200 rather than one of the piles of 100. Wait a minute. I think I forgot to overclock those other two smelters. I'm glad I caught that now as opposed to, well, later. I know that sounds kind of dumb. It's better to catch a mistake. The earlier you catch a mistake, better it is for you. There we go. Okay, now the bows and the cane shouldn't take too long. And the branches should be finished when I've picked up this gift. So much easier to do this at night. Even if it means having to climb all over your machines. Thing was blocking the ladder. Alright, here we go. So, where to put this thing? Got it connected. I don't have to connect it? That's interesting. Now, I should be able to calibrate this. Really? Okay, well, I guess that's, I guess it's a good thing. It doesn't require power for whatever the reason. So, I don't need to overclock or underclock it. I mean, it does mean I'll have gifts being backed up on the production line, but things like they call that. It's not necessarily a bad thing if you're not wasting any power. There we go. Speaking of wasting stuff, I gotta make sure that these machines don't get jammed, so, you can tell this was an impromptu build. I was not expecting to have to go all out like this. Do you even... Right now we got a whole 100 ornaments right here. Drop, I guess, the ingots. I gotta refill them because again, I'm not. I'm only gonna need so many of this, so much of this Christmas stuff. Maybe I should say Fixmas. Get the spirit of it all. Since I'm not sure that I'll need that many of these things, I'm just going to use a regular storage container. So we gotta put the thing down. There we go. Now, how many... Okay, yeah, they're all between 1 and 10 anyway. Out just for the time being. Okay, I'll use a vertical conveyor lift, or a conveyor belt. They're called conveyor lifts, but I keep calling them vertical conveyor belts. Maybe I'll be able to It sure did take me long enough to learn about adjusting the height of these poles. I went for Lord knows how long without knowing how to do that. Maybe that was my own fault. I don't think I'm gonna need this anymore. There we go, that's better. Get rid of this 2. Alright. So now that I have automated this thing completely, I suppose I just have to wait for it to build up to, well... to 200. Yeah, 200 apiece, at least, before I can start on the ornament bundles. And I'm also gonna need. Oh, I should have started this earlier. The 1,500 tree branches. Maybe I ought to automate. Maybe I ought to make a tree for that too. Because I'm certainly going to need a lot of those, a lot of presents. Oh, these both come in stacks of 100, so. And then there's the fact that 200 is not easily divisible by 3. There we go. So 600 of these gives you 200 candy canes. Okay, I've got a bunch of presents stashed away here. It's actually only 800. I think I used 200. That's to finish. Well, maybe I ought to double check about the actual snow. I could be wrong. There. Wait. That's better. I'd rather use these in increments of 100. Or should I say 200? Whenever I can. I see another present. Yeah, there it is. Only 52. I don't have enough limbs to make 1,500. Or sorry, to make another one of those gift spawning Christmas trees. There we are.